So, do you think you have a superpower? In fact, you do. Your superpower is linked to your Jupiter placement. Some people call this the planet of luck. This is where the universe doubles down for you. Why is this? Well, it's because Jupiter is how we can most easily expand ourselves. And our expansion is the universe's expansion. So it's a win-win. Now, a lot of things you'll read talk about not overdoing it because Jupiter is also the planet of excess. And wherever you have a lot of power, it might be so exciting to overdo it. I don't think overdoing it is super common, although becoming a supervillain is always a possibility. The reason it isn't super common to overdo it is because this area is where there's a lot of nobility. It's the most noble of the masculine planets. Unlike the Sun and Mars, which are much more selfish kinds of masculine energy, Jupiter is where we help others and we feel good about ourselves by helping others. So spiritually, is it the chicken or the egg? Are we helping ourselves? Are we helping others? Well, it's a circle. One side feeds into the other. And this is where we realize that we're all connected. Oh, how happy. Now for supervillains, because the world is set up for men to express their masculine energy more, I would suspect that it's easier for a man to be a supervillain with their excessive Jupiter energy. But with the world changing, it's becoming easier and easier for women to express this masculine side of themselves. Jupiter energy is something that anyone in your life can experience from you, not just reserved for your home life. It's your philosophy, your views about religion, how money comes to you in life, travel, your higher learning. And more common than becoming a supervillain and overdoing your excessive Jupiter energy is to underdo it. Wah, wah. So if somebody has depression all their life and they're just unhappy, definitely take a look at your Jupiter energy and see if you're really putting a lot towards that, because this gives you meaning. And it's really hard to be depressed and unhappy when your life is meaningful. Jupiter is the most positive planet. Yay! That's why I'm smiling. It has the power to change your life because it changes you. It changes the way that you see things, that you view things, your perspective, and then it changes your actions through that change of perspective. It is literally the expansion of our consciousness as well as the whole universe's consciousness. Jupiter gives us that sense of positivity and wonder, that newness, that anything is possible, that dreams come true, that good conquers evil, and that there's a point to all of this. Because we are nearing the generational planets, Jupiter changes about every year. Your house is just as important as your sign. So when I'm going through these videos, make sure to watch the video that is for your house as well. So if you have the 4th house, for instance, definitely watch the Jupiter in Cancer video. Jupiter is very important not only for philosophy, but also for your career, because it's really hard to have a career because it takes up so much of your time if you are not motivated in that area. So linking your career with your Jupiter gives you that sense of like, I'm doing something great for the world. Because remember, this is your highest expression of masculine, noble energy, the outer world expression. Now, one last caveat before we get into this. If your South Node is linked to your Jupiter placement, this can get a little tricky because are you heading towards it or are you heading away? Well, remember for you that this has to be more nuanced. You are having to find that needle in the haystack and finding the pros and cons, when and where you should express your North Node energy and when and where you should express your Jupiter energy. They're going to be opposites. You're looking for a sense of balance, finding that perfect little sweet spot, discovering the positives and negatives of both sides of the coin. This kind of attitude is also true if you have Jupiter's sign and house as opposites. So get out your yoga mats and let's get started. And Jupiter in Aquarius. Your gift is thinking outside of the box. The champion of social change. You always love the underdog. The breaker of chains or tradition or what's normal. You're here to be the superhero of tolerance, acceptance, to be able to embrace somebody who has completely different viewpoints and philosophies than you do. Generations ago, this would have been the person fighting for religious freedom. In today's world, this is the person that is fighting for other social change. The LGBTQ movement, perhaps the sustainable movement, but the philosophy of freedom, freedom of the mind, freedom of dreams and thought. This is the position that is rewarded for being open-minded. You could become a visionary of science, technology, social change. Maybe you work for a business that's on the cutting edge of sustainability. Also, with this position, you probably connect to other people very quickly. That initial connection that can very rapidly turn into friendship. So you probably have lots of friends. There's a desire here to be a superhero to the asylum seekers, to people that are different, to help save the environment, to endangered species, to outcasts, to the mentally ill or misunderstood, to the scapegoats, to anyone who's been cast out of society. You're their superhero. For a Jupiter in Aquarius, money is not that predictable, but it usually involves technology, something cutting edge. That's usually how it's made. And sometimes this position is linked to extreme wealth. And you have a knack for creating money out of innovation. So be the hero you were meant to be and watch the ripple effect of positivity that it creates in your life. Hope you loved the video and subscribe.